down, but Baisha are not rushing it. Do get YDSS across, and they are getting that plant down. ZY catches him on the plant, but trades are good. Baisha have at least a second.
Yeah, and a desperate second round indeed, and it really feels like if they wouldn't have been able to find that, I don't know what would have. So not bad at all. Last round of the first half we go. And an ordeal to get to this situation here for the Baisha fans, but look, I mean, for all Gamers fans, they got to be picking up a sigh of relief onto this one. Ewc has been able to just turn things around. Someone that was absent on first map is now really just taken the top fragging position with 11-5 and has created so much impact, and he's trying to make amends of what has happened on the first to bring that pain here for the second. Leah now waiting things out. A double player commit from AG on the catwalk. They're close on by. And Baisha, do they split this off? And the trade is instant. ZY is able to find that first duel though, but it is going to pan out nicely for the BL side for the time being.
Yeah, the AG fans tense watching along. They don't want to see a third one here for Baisha, because that would just give them a little bit of an inroad back here into Black Widow that they can start to think about maybe making some magic happen. Oh, 1-for-1 there. Not hugely favoring either team. I am a bit concerned about this recontest into mid from AG if it does come. 1-2-2-2. Quite close by the doors. Swinging. Somehow getting too unreasonable again for AG. Everything just going their way. And you've also got that push coming out from Ewc on short. YDSS with the C4s trying to make his way back across. He's going to be contested on the way. So not able to find the trade, but back to 2-on-2. This is just so back and forth.
It really is. It just feels like a little bit of a ping pong match in this, some retrospect. And now that 45 seconds that's about to hit the clock here. I mean, Baisha do have an opportunity to go for this hit, but you still have to worry about Do. He's close on by. Still that nuisance a little bit, and ZQ is still playing this mid-connecting piece. This is a strong position because he's got that intel. Not sure if he's been able to hear them yet. For EP, so water, we are about to find out.
We are indeed. Time for Black Widow, and this certainly has been home ground territory for all gamers in the past, and hopefully for them it will be again, as they do desperately need to find a map under their belt. Otherwise Baisha will have them with their backs against the wall. We'll jump on into it. It is Baisha that will kick things off on the BL side. Double sniper setup for AG, so Do and ZY. We've seen that from them throughout this tournament so far. ZY pretty handy with the TRG. Just the singular sniper for Baisha. That's a little bit more standard when you're on the attack.
Yeah, this is really just kind of hit a bit of a slower approach on this, especially just how fast, you know, the first game really did go, but I actually don't mind that though. I love that, you know, Baisha don't like get in their own heads. They're not just trying to, you know, repeat it and maybe getting a little bit careless on this. I love that they're coming in focus with this game plan.
Yeah, a map can make a big difference. This, though, is a good start for Baisha. You'd assume Shao almost getting blocked out. I think he's a little bit scared. I think he did spot them and just decided he didn't want to take a fight there. I actually think it would have been a good fight for Baisha to take. It was a 4-on-2. They more than likely would have traded effectively.
Yeah.
They back away from it.
With Monday.com's intuitive work management platform, you have the power. Not IT, not...
And that's information for AG as well. They also decide that they don't really want a bar of it. So they have kind of given that space over to Baisha, which I guess at the end of the day is a small win for Baisha, regardless of the fact that they don't actually end up getting any kills out of it this time.
But at least they got this short control. So, I mean, the fact that they might even just try to split onto this is important, but actually doesn't look like it's going to be the 3-2 that you normally see. It actually just could be this 4-1 commit. They might even just have the lurk of one player, which will be N9, that might just try to cross a rotator off guard through middle, and even just looking on the other side towards B. So very interesting indeed, because you do have ZY that's close on here with the sniper. He's going to be the first one to get the shot off, but he's not able to. 1-2-2-2 is able to get the double entry now after finally getting Zhao to be able to activate the sniper, but is it a little too late?
It's a bit of a dry hit from Baisha, really, isn't it? Now Shao looking for a trade in the middle as well. He's going to end up being the one that will, in fact, actually be traded. This is still winnable for Baisha if they would have found a couple of quick kills there, but not going to happen. And immediately, all gamers on top in map number 2. I would say looking at this, at least based on that round, you know, Baisha, I don't know how much they've got for us here. If that's what their best BL round is,
yeah,
it's going to be a rough half.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, because when you kind of look at it for like all gamers, like they really do have some of the best record on this in the CFPL. Like they have been able to beat pretty much everybody in the division, and they have themselves like a 9-3 record, which is great. Whereas Baisha, it was definitely a lot more lackluster. It wasn't as great, so it doesn't necessarily paint the full picture, but it really does give you a lot of hope. Where in the sense for AG fans here, where they know that this could be an opportunity to bring the series back to the 1-on-1, given that, you know, all gamers, this is really the comfort pick. Like this really is their map that they love to play.
Both teams smoking off mid, neither interested. I'd like to see Baisha, instead of just committing to a fight like that one, trying to find a little bit of information before they full send it. Last round they may have been better off taking long control and then doing the drop down from bridge. Just draw a bit of attention away from that. As you can see, AG happy to hold their positions for now. They're not really feeling under too much pressure at all. Almost caught in transition here, but working his way back over to the window. And again, it's going to be an A hit. This time, though, some presence coming through from long with YDSS. Probing a little bit. Smoke down on top of Do. He peeks right into the crosshair of Xiao, and now it's onto ZY, who will have to solo hold the site. Of course, rotation coming through in mid, but Baisha dropping in from bridge are able to trade that down effectively. 1-2-2-2 though. Inside of that smoke, that's a BL smoke, by the way. Oh, not going to have any success. YDSS just knocks him over. Baisha will not be denied for very long.
No, it's a good rebound, though. It really is. And the fact is, I'm really happy to see for all gamers as well, is the fact that we're seeing 1-2-2-2, like putting himself back into these bragging ways. Like he's a guy that's sitting at a 4-1 scoreline right now. He was pretty quiet on the first map. Now he's the one that's top fragging in this round 3 situation. This might be enough where, again, these guys are going to have to find some way to elevate their gameplay and squeezing themselves back into this series. And not trembling to the pressure and the dominance that we saw here from Baisha, but long control going to be grabbed up for AG. This is really good in the sense now that Ewc can just play in the hot position. Now they can focus on the 2-2, or if they really want, they can go a little bit more adventurous, risk things out a little bit, because you can see Baisha, they have different plans in store, and it looks like they might even try even a 5-man commit.
This is great map control for AG, that's for sure. And everything being given to them.
Exactly, and that's the thing that they did very well in the first set, or back in the semifinal, right? That's when they were playing active on the GR side, running around and just getting control. That's what allowed them to get into that 2-0.
See what Nine's going to get up to here as the smoke fades in the middle. If he catches 1-2-2-2, gets a good timing as this hit comes through onto B, that could be a difference maker. Nine actually will end up falling, so they've got to clear out this site comfortably, and they are able to do so. Baisha, it'll be a 3-on-3. The post plant should be favorable for them. 1-2-2-2 being spotted out, also very low, so has to be careful with his positioning. Baisha have been given the opportunity to work their way back out of the box room. They'll play the post plant from there. Anything the YDSS can get is a bonus, but he is tucked very deep on the site, and that's actually quite a difficult angle to clear. You have to cross the whole site to clear YDSS's position, and he can just jiggle like this and play safely. Of course, you have to be worrying about crossfire there. If you're AG, actually decides to swing the angle. 1-2-2-2 will shut him down, but time becoming a bit of a factor here. 5-7-7, he's that insurance fund. What a great shot, though, from Shui. We'll keep this one in the bag from AG. 2-1. They hold on in that round, and I think Baisha, just on an individual level, making a couple of mishaps there. Couple of over peaks, don't necessarily need to be taking those swings as aggressively. That just gave AG enough time for the defuse.
Yeah, just. But now we're seeing Ewc again being optimal level. This is right back to the winning formula that they had themselves before. For any All Gamers fans. So maybe the crowd has been able to get him a little bit more excited, because now he's even able to find that opening duel. Yeah, he goes down early, but it's an instant trade back, but it's something still.
1-for-1 will be favorable for Baisha. Splits the defense a little. Xiao's also already got quite an advanced position. Not seeing anything on bridge, so it's going to be a good setup for an A take if and when Baisha take this long control. Push coming on the bridge. Xiao's got an 8 in hand. That is a very weak death for Xiao. So a lot more work to be done by the rest of the Baisha lads. The riflers trying to make their way up long. A 1-for-1 thus far, but again, Xiao's freebie in the back of my mind. Wow, may not make a difference. 5, 7, 7, and 9 have been able to get the job done. It's just do solo, and it's a case of bringing that C4 and planting it. The round will be well and truly in the favor of Baisha.
Yeah, and that's the situation where it actually was more favorable for AG, right? They were able to find that opening duel in the cat. Then you were like, okay, look, they can put all their attention onto long. But it's really the fact that 5-7-7, the guy that gets taken out, he was the one that was able to find that double, so now he gets removed. So this leaves the captain here for Baisha now getting tested here for a clutch situation against Do.
Perfect positioning from him, but spotted out by Do. And that is a huge clutch to win for all gamers. Baisha are looking a shadow of themselves here on map 2. Xiao getting caught with a grenade in hand is a serious mishap.
It really is.
And then the 2v1 going that easily to Do.
Locked to traditional ways of paying? Unlock a fast and secure way with Union Bank Online. Yes, you can! Locked to over-the-counter check deposits?
Is going to be a cause for concern for Baisha. So again, you know, if you're the coach of Baisha here, you'd be looking at, you know, a couple of these rounds and thinking, might be time for attack timeout. These guys need to be whipped into shape. This has been anything but clean from Baisha. They should have probably had another 1 or 2 rounds at least, and can't be affording to let those kinds of rounds slip by the wayside. ZY starting to feel confident. AG feeling good. Double kill comes through. And this map is in danger of going the way of AG, similarly to the way the last one went the way of Baisha, which is just going to knock the wind out of the sails of Baisha, that's for sure.
It definitely is. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely onto something here, Altish, because I think that AG they're starting to feel a lot better. That break has allowed them to just recharge and play their game a lot better than we were wondering. And again, this veto is so interesting in the sense that, you know, a strong map for Baisha going into a strong map for all gamers. And Baisha haven't really been giving us a good demonstration of what, you know, the deep strat book that we've been talking so much about this entire tournament. But we will definitely see what's going to happen. And, you know, it is Baisha that does have the timeout. We do have that confirmation. We were pretty confident, but it's good to know. But this is going to be a 4-1, you know, in the hands of AG, being on the GR side. And I'm just curious what N9 is going to have to say to his team and just, again, figure out a way to, you know, turn things around a little bit before it gets out of control. Otherwise, like we said, this best of 5, it turns into the 1-on-1 tie.
Well, like I implied, these two teams generally pretty evenly matched.
Probably couldn't have got a better final, honestly.
No, I mean, look, if I had to choose my ideal final, it was probably Baisha AG or maybe Baisha EP.
Yeah.
EP would have been a pretty good final, although what they showed today wasn't quite up to scratch, I guess.
I agree. And that's what makes this like such an exciting storyline. Like, again, it's just like this team on the screen, you know, of all gamers, a team just so dominant for such a long time has kind of a little bit fallen behind and have tried to reinvent themselves and tried to, you know, get back to the glory of what they've been able to do. But Baisha, like, the fact that they were a team that had us all wondering what was going on in Summer Champs, and now they've turned it around, and just any tournament finding a win left, right, and center. You just love to see it. So there's just, it's such a fun storyline for both these teams on 2 different perspectives.
It's just such a battle back and forth. Now it's time for Baisha to lock back in. It's not a great feeling to be on the receiving end of what you've just done to your opponent. You end up kind of looking a little bit silly. You're like, man, we were screaming and shouting like 30 minutes ago, and now we're the ones that are getting dumpstered.
And they look pretty flat too, right? I mean, it's hard to know, like, based on the body language, but it does speak a little bit, right? I mean, this is where we also said for Baisha, like, the crowd is heavily favor for, you know, an all gamers lineup here. Like, this is where that, you know, as soon as a round's in favor, we can hear it through the audience, right? Like, we can pick this up. So that's the thing you have to work against. And you know, the fact that now the crowd's getting behind them and rounds are going for their favor, that's how you have to kind of go, okay, look, what do we do differently to get more of a spark? Like, how do we get that flame back?
Well, these guys just need to lock back in, turn back on. I don't think strategically it's necessarily been a bad game from Baisha. They've been getting plants. They've been finding themselves in, frankly, favorable post plants, actually, a lot of the time. There was the 3v3 on B, which they lost. There was the 2v1 on A that they lost. So it's not as if Baisha are playing incorrectly. It's just that they're executing on it poorly. This round, obviously, starting poorly. Still onto YDSS, and so Baisha are just going to try and send it out of the box room. Shui lucky to be alive right here. Flash, I think, keeping him safe as the guys in box room couldn't see him. Nade's going to go through onto the box that ZQ's holding, and he'll be tagged down a little bit, but trying to walk your way into a meat grinder like this one is never going to go well for Baisha. This feels like a Hail Mary, and that has so far not quite worked out. A couple of trades coming back to make it a little more interesting for Baisha, but nothing in that one at all.
Yeah, it's just so surprising. Again, like, even, you know, I made this quick comment before we got started, is that, like, you know, for the CFPL in the upper bracket, that was a best of 5, and Baisha was able to come through. They did get themselves a 10-6 on this map against all gamers. So, but I'm not convinced right now. Like, I don't feel like this BL side, we haven't seen like a lot of map control. We haven't really seen the strategy looking that great. It kind of feels like, you know, you made a good comment about Hail Marys. They're just like, yeah, okay, well, let's try a rush. Let's try this as a 5-man unit. And that's concerning for a championship level team of Baisha and what they've been able to do so far this year.
I do think they are running out of ideas. You know, I think earlier in the half, things were looking a little bit more strategically minded, let's just say. But that round certainly was not anything to write home about. Again, they're going to walk into the crossfire that's been set up here by AG. You've got a bit of a contest over middle with Jue and 1222 having a bit of a look. ZQ's in there as well. Baisha, they just need to hit some shots, win some duels, and they've done just that. A 2-for-1 trade up short is going to work out nicely for them, but Jue quickly bringing it back to a 2-for-2, and there's still a player on the site, but Xiao will dig him out.
Yeah, that's a great kill from Xiao. The fact that he's able to just go for that long control quickly.
Plant denied.
Still lots of time, though. That nade doesn't do too much damage, but Du's trying to, again, just be aggressive.
Yeah, but you can just see that it's not as clean from Baisha. You know, they don't have that intuitive sense that they did on Ankara. It's a nice kill from Xiao as Du tries to repeat the same angle. Shui almost in for the 2v1. He's going to toss that grenade through. It won't actually connect onto Leah, who has a serious advantage now. In this 1v1, he's going to take the fight and lose it. No way. It's just like the shoes on the other foot. Everything that could go wrong for AG went wrong on Ankara, and now you can say the same thing for Baisha. There's now been 3 rounds on this side that Baisha should have won. If you would freeze frame it, you'd say Baisha has the advantage here. They've not won any of those rounds.
Exactly.
And AG are storming away with the first half.
They really are, and like it felt like that should have been the round. Like, Xiao was able to play the positions perfectly, getting the first kill long. He was able to find that secondary duel and window. You're thinking, okay, look, this is looking good for Baisha. They're finally able to get something moving. Their sniper's getting a little bit more active. He's making these proper connections that he needs to do. But again, just some misplays, and it just, like you said, I think that's the perfect analogy, is just saying that the shoe is on the other foot now, and it really does feel like that. And we're going to do a deja vu almost, it feels like, in this situation.
Yeah, the BO5 speed run, apparently. Baisha are going to give it a crack into the box room again. Early nade would indicate that AG are aware of the possibility. Here come the flashes. In fact, it's not the box room, it's actually the B site. They're going to go charging their way out. 577 with a very important couple of openers, but still the frags coming through for AG. YDSS will start to seal the deal with that 3rd kill for Baisha. 2 remaining defenders of AG. Somewhat locked out of the site now by Util. Should allow a plan to go down, but Baisha are not rushing it. Do get YDSS across, and they are getting that plant down. ZY catches him on the plant, but trades are good. Baisha have at least a second.
Yeah, and a desperate second round indeed. And it really feels like if they wouldn't have been able to find that, I don't know what would have. So not bad at all. Last round of the first half we go. And an ordeal to get to this situation here for the Baisha fans. But look, I mean, for all Gamers fans, they got to be picking up a sigh of relief onto this one. Ewc has been able to just turn things around. Someone that was absent on first map is now really just taking the top fragging position with 11-5. And has created so much impact, and he's trying to make amends of what has happened on the first to bring that pain here for the second. Leah now waiting things out. A double player commit from AG on the catwalk. They're close on by. Baisha, do they split this off? And the trade is instant. ZY is able to find that first duel though, but it is going to pan out nicely for the BL side for the time being.
Yeah, the AG fans tense watching along. They don't want to see a third one here for Baisha, because that would just give them a little bit of an inroad back here into Black Widow that they can start to think about maybe making some magic happen. Well, 1-for-1 there. Hugely favoring either team. I am a bit concerned about this recontest into mid from AG if it does come. 1-2-2-2. Close by the doors. Winging. Somehow getting too unreasonable again for AG. Everything just going their way. And you've also got that push coming out from Ewc on short. YDSS with the C4s trying to make his way back across. He's going to be contested on the way. So not able to find the trade, but back to 2-on-2. This is just so back and forth.
It really is. Just feels like a little bit of a ping pong match in this, some retrospect. And now that 45 seconds that's about to hit the clock here. I mean, Baisha, do you have an opportunity to go for this hit? But you still have to worry about Do. He's close on by. Still that nuisance a little bit, and ZQ is still playing this mid-connecting piece. This is a strong position because he's got that intel. Not sure if he's been able to hear them yet. But if he gets moving the way he is, oh, this could be a problem. This is becoming an AG sandwich.
Try again and go as that plan occurs. That happens so many times. Nine has just completely neglected the possibility that ZQ's behind him. There'll be another round for AG. So many mishaps for Baisha in this half, and it has resulted in a 7-2 lead for AG.
Love to see the passionate fans in the stands. And AG, you know, they're not giving up without a fight. They like you said, this could be a story where we have some very quick, you know, couple rounds or maps, I should say, here for the best of 5, and then kind of just turns into a BO3 essentially, right? It's just like a fresh restart. We'll have to wait and see. A 7-2 first half has been done. Now things are switched over, and it's trades back and forth we go. And YDSS going down early, that is troublesome, I would say, for Baisha. He was somebody that put up some magnificent numbers on that first map.
Still a forward hold from 9. Knows that he kind of needs to take this game by the horns and run with it. He wants Baisha to come back into this map. Star player, standout player, in-game leader. The best players in the world. He needs to activate on this GR side. Alongside Xiao, who's actually been pretty good on this map so far. Those would be the two that I'd look to for Baisha. Leah, interestingly enough, was the MVP in their matchup in the grand final of CFPL, which was a 3-0 the way of Baisha. It's not as if there isn't firepower across the board for Baisha.
That is true, yeah.
Here is Leah, will requiring a bit of a job from. Take that secondary sniper role. He's waiting for this very push from AG. Not quite ready to go for it. They need to send that second player up on long, and then there's going to be a commitment on A. We have Leah and 577 here to try to defend for Baisha, and it's a good line for Leah to be on. As long as he gets his timing right, he doesn't want to peek in after that space has already been taken by Baisha. It's in fact going to come down to 577 opening the account. Leah finding a trade in there as well, but it is back to 2-on-2 as AG swarm their way through, and Ewc with the C4 decides to do something absolutely mad. He jumps through the window right onto Nine's head. Now Xiao has spotted out Do. Both these GR players are isolated, so the solo duels can be taken, but Baisha will win this one at least.
Yeah, that's I don't know if that was a miscommunication or that was just, you know, the call in the mid-round and a split-second decision from AG to say, you know, I think that was Jouet, if I'm not mistaken, that went with the bomb and was just like, look, I'm going to try to go through window. I might be able to get through the other window and just get that plant through and try to be a little bit sneaky beaky, but that felt super risky for what they were trying to go for. But, you know, N9 was at the right place at the right time, able to find that double kill. And do really put in a bad situation in that. Not sure if the risk was worth the biscuit, but it is for Baisha fans, that's for sure. Now we pump the brakes just a little bit more. AG of really just, again, gonna have to just use this a little bit for more cleaning things up. And again, just getting those communications a little bit more crisp, I would say.
It's not really quite at that point where the alarm bells are ringing yet for Baisha. 7 rounds, obviously the lead is there for AG, but they're not quite within striking distance of closing this map out. So as long as Baisha can just kind of keep on winning here, slowly but surely claw that scoreline back. They don't put their backs against the wall just yet.
I definitely agree with you. Like, this shouldn't, AG should not be in the position of panic. This that definitely is not a scoreline where you're like, okay, hang on.
Well, I mean, it's both sides really. Like, still a bit of work to do here for AG. Leo, though, missing that shot. That's going to be crucial. YDSS still trying to jump up onto the box. It's fantastic work again from 577. And Do is just definitely not expecting YDSS there. After the way that 577 was playing, he goes charging out in the box room and loses his life. So overall, a favorable enough exchange for Baisha as they get one more courtesy of Shao. Now AG may be starting to get a little bit worried that this retake or return or this comeback, I guess, can happen. Maybe ZQ can conjure a bit of magic here. He's seen the head of YDSS. He's going to try and make it happen, but he's going to put himself in a crossfire that he's unaware of. So 7-4, Baisha, 2 on the trot here, starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. And AG called attack timeout. They want to unsettle that.
And I don't blame them. I think that this is a good time for it. I mean, the scoreline does still have a little bit of padding onto it. This is where EGAL, they can get themselves here. Take is that 1-2 rounds in a row that and you intend to you know, you have a start to
going into right. That'll be a big problem, but still a bit of a ways away from that one. They're going to change up his position, playing long this time around. Sends a shot off. Misses it, obviously, and now has to back away as a result. So a little bit of map control, bit of territory being taken early on by AG. They're not too eager to explore up long yet. Knowing that they've pushed Baisha away is a small win already.
Yeah, it's definitely a good play. Just again to making sure that defense isn't getting this map control. They're the ones that have to be active. They're the ones that have to be able to do something. So AG do get that opening duel. Zhao is going to be removed from this, so they still have the sniper here for Leah, but the question is, where does Leah want to play? Was actually playing towards just on green truck, now is kind of repositioning. You can see Baisha, they've actually come up with a bit of a plan here, so N9 really is an inkling on a potential of something, but this is pretty risky though, to be honest. It's playing pretty much essentially a retake if they don't go A.
You do have to take that risk when you're down a player.
That is true.
Doesn't look like AG are going to fall into the trap of going B. This could be the round that AG have been looking for, the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's been a decent defense so far from Baisha, but all it is that's required is one round to start to get that momentum back for AG. And the setup of this round is looking really good for them. Free A site. Nice job from AG. Nice shot from Leah again. That could have been 4v4 for the retake, but not the case. Baisha have to start making their way across all the meanwhile being wary of middle. Bit of spam in there from 9, showing his experience. Easy kill onto Zhui. Back onto 4v4, but time ticking away. Shots need to be hit by Baisha on the way through. 1-for-1 from the 2 snipers, but 577 and Leah have some space with that smoke. CY low, scared, sitting underneath that window. The shot's coming through at CQ to try and hold on. Solo, he drops back down. Time a factor.
No
Alrighty,
way.
SS can't get it done. 8 and 4. AG will hold on by the skin of their teeth.
It looked so good for Baisha too, right? They, like you said, N9 was able to get that easy spam kill in the middle. Then you saw that he drops down from Cat, which was a really questionable play in my opinion. Like he felt like he was gonna get some big play, but he only got the one and done. But ZQ's able to save the day, putting himself at a 10-7, getting the double digits here in the score line. And now an 8-4, a 4-round buffer here for AG. They've been able to have some clutch moments here, Elfish, and I really do think that's got to make them feel good, right? I mean, I talked about the energy level. That is definitely going to just make them feel refueled and right back into a competitive best-of-5.
Yeah, especially with the opener in this round onto 9 as well. It just doesn't seem like Baisha can find a way to have a 5-on-5. That's obviously such a massive advantage for AG. Free smoke though, on short, will keep them at bay for the moment. And there's Xiao that's over here on A this time around. It was Leah earlier. It's both the snipers holding A. Both the riflers over on B. Where does AG end up? They aren't committed to either site just yet. C4 in transition in middle. 2 just spotting outside of B. It does look like an A finish here with the progression up long from 1-2-2-2. Who's going to keep all those defenders honest over on B with the util that he's going to toss in here. Smoke and a flash. Should mean that the rotation does not come through, but AG actually going to call to go back over to B, and then Do gets picked. So this round's starting to get a bit awkward.
Yeah, I don't love how, again, AG are not really trying to, again, progress through the map. They're really just taking a lot of time and being stuck in the mud a little bit. And kind of giving an opportunity here for Baisha to be able to find some of these tools. Now they're starting to get things activated a little bit better. And then, what, few seconds, we see them just load the kill feed. Xiao does actually deny the plant, but now it's all down to him here for the 1-on-3. This should be over. Should be over. Okay.
Hello, guys.
I was about to say winnable for Xiao.
Yeah.
Seen him do it before.
It's like the exact same thing.
Spacing was good enough for those 2 AG players coming out of box room. So 9 now for AG as they're 1 round away from securing Blackwidow. Map 1 and Map 2 have been really non-competitive. Baisha are going to try something a bit different. They go quickly out of B and try and take that fight to AG already. Having lost 577, who's been somewhat of a standout. 9 should be traded down here. Lucky to be alive at the moment. 1-2-2-2. Sticking around for the fight. Xiao is also here. Trying to reinforce this. Feels like a bit of an overstretch, an overreach from 1-2-2-2, but he'll survive.
Smoking bomb. Flash bomb. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole.
Let's go.
Smoking bomb.
Sniper spotted.
Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Flash bomb.
Oh, hit for a 1. Talo tayo.
Flash! Granada! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
Ouch. Sniper, abang. May kaon ka? Oh. Go, Clan Wars later tayo guys. Pyong. Ouch. Magaling.
Fire in the hole! Smoking bomb!
Ouch.
B site.
BB, bridge. Let's go. Ay.
Bombs on the ground here. Bombs on the ground here.
Mm.
Bombs on the ground here. Bomb spotted. Bomb spotted. Mission success. Global risk. Fire in the hole!
Galing yung kampi guys. Magaling. Ouch.
Granada!
Lagi na lang tayong namamatay. Ano ba yan? Ha? Ha? Oh.
Flash bomb.
Raul?
Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole.
Fumaça!
Fire in the hole.
Oh. Diba? Dua to ah. Nasa base lang.
ka. Nangharas ka. Namuno ka ha. Nangharas ka. Usayayin. Namuno ka. Usayayin mo, Ben. Wala ta kagilap ka.
Flash!
Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. B site. B site. Team, hold position. Team, hold position.
Oh, that.
Smoking grenade to enemy line. Fire in the hole. Flash bomb. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Flash bomb. Flash bomb. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole.
Video na to mga guys. Ha? Đồ ăn nghe nó
Smoking grenade. Flash bomb. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Bomb spotted. Team, hold position. B site. B site. B site. Smoking grenade. Flash bomb. Fire in the hole.
Pag isang red. Isang red. Sa number. Next. Lima ta. Ada mau 2 CT. 4-4 naman na inyong gisudlan. 5 ta 4. Ini quit. No, be. Tanggalar gunain. Isaksak balik tanggal aja isaksak. Tanggala, kane. Pas Japon. ko chitak. Tugde mo yup-yup dai. Uyup-yup de kadoy. Dong. Ano yung papa dong? Doon ra ba? Kailan ra ba yung papa yung doon eh. Ano ba yung papa dong? Okay, pakidong. Dili ko kita sila kita atong sa sila. Slide. Oh. Slide B, slide B.
Fail. Global risk win. Copy that.
Slide B, slide B. slide B. Slide B, LA. Slide B. The slide, yeah. Yeah, wait. Pare, trabanan. Abis.
Mission success. Blacklist wins.
LA. LA to. Well, na mo naman. Slide duha. Slide duha. Mid. Nasa babaw na ko. Water daw, water. Player ko na. Mag-ir ko na. Tawa sana, Bi. Paano lang ta? Okay. Four na mo ko na rin 30. Ayaw lang, anak lang ta sa inyo kan.
Fail. Blacklist win.
Sir.
Mission success. Global risk win.
أول تجربة. Nag-box? Nag-box? Baba. Tama ba sa?
Mission success. Blacklist wins.
Tulong na, tulong.
Enemy sighted. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! A sight. Storm through enemy line. Fire in the hole! Mission.
Tower muna. lagay.
Fire in the hole!
Connect cheater. Fire in the hole!
Toma essa granada aí! Toma essa granada aí!
Smoking grenade! Fire in the hole!
Kaya nga eh. Bisa timing na ako nga. Reload. Daghan di kay bala.
Smoking bomb. Fire in the hole.
B na sa B. Tugam na kontra.
Mission fail. Blacklist win. Smoking bomb.
Granada!
Fire in the hole. A sight. Bomb on side A.
Headshot!
Kaya nga eh.
Fire in the hole.
Buang. Ready ko. May chance net. Kaya.
Smoking grenade. A sight. A sight. Smoking grenade. A sight. Flash bomb. Flash grenade. Flash bomb. Fire in the hole.
Mid.
Fire in the hole.
Mid.
Team, hold position. Yes, Blacklist win.
Kita dyan sa iske.
A site.
Tubangan, tuban likod, likod. Likod ha, long A. Tapos step pa doon kambosod. Na, dia. Sayaw.
Smoking grenade. Hold position. Smoking grenade. Flash bomb. Team, hold position.
Nasa tunnel. Tunnel mid.
A site. A site. Fire in the hole.
Shotgun man.
Smoking bomb site. Flash bomb. Flash grenade. Fire in the hole. Smoking bomb. Area clear. A site.
Dili ay pinunitan.
Fire in the hole. Mission fail. Blacklist win. Flash grenade. Fire in the hole. Flash bomb. Fire in the hole. Flash grenade. Fire in the hole. A site. Area clear.
Ay, nasa A.
Team, hold position.
Natagbo.
Bomb has site landed. Mission fail. Blacklist win. Smoking bomb. B site. B site.
Sa B. Tara.
B site. Fire in the hole. Flash grenade. A site. Team, hold position. B site. Enemy in sight.
Balik kita Nick.
Smoking bomb.
Inik, padong. Nasa mid
Fire
do
in the
ako bok.
hole. Fire in the hole. A site. Good job.
Base isa.
Flash bomb.
Padong A.
A site.
A, padong A. Dos.
Success. Risk win. B site. Team, hold position. Smoke and bomb. B site. Team, hold position. Flash bomb. Flash grenade. Fire in the hole.
Kobe.
Okay, let's get it on. Smoking grenade! Blast bomb! Fire in the hole! A site.
Ambak na, kanong puti.
Smoking grenade! A site. Smoking grenade! Blast bomb! Fire in the hole! A site. A site.
Op.
Bomb has been defused. Smoking grenade! Fire in the hole! Blast bomb! Blast bomb! Fire in the hole!
Ma, 57. Dua ka? Dua ka? Ano ko, paduwa lagi? Ano ko, paduwa? Paduwa. Nasa mid. So na A. Na A ha. Yan na, Tanek. Master 3 na ko, ikaw.